an impressive win today for Pat Narduzzi, who will go to 6-1 in season openers. And Pittsburgh now 16 in
clash. That was over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Ole Miss and Louisville will play in Atlanta on Monday. Well, Georgia Tech won the toss. They defer, so Northern Illinois will have the football to get this game underway. Great to have you with us tonight in downtown Atlanta. Georgia Tech to kick off 3-7 a season ago, trying to make that giant leap forward to be really, really competitive. And this will start at the 25-yard line for the Huskies. And Rocky Lombardi, now flat out one of the great names in college football.
It is a fantastic name, and I think he's a good football player. I mentioned in the open, he really was never the guy at Michigan State. So I think, kind of always looking over his shoulder. And Thomas Hammock has loved having him as a part of his program already, and it really does seem like the players have responded to him. I'm excited to see him play in this new offense.
So Rocky, the transfer, he's also one of the captains. They've talked about how fiery he gets, how emotional he gets. They're trying to tamper that down just a little bit. He's got Harrison Whaley as running back, top returning rusher in the backfield, and he'll take the first carry off to the right side. They string him out. He didn't get much there. Pickup of 1. Jordan Dominic, who led the team in sacks last year, with the first tackle here tonight. Well, Lombardi, a guy who was such a terrific athlete. He was, as Tim mentioned, a great wrestler as well. Played 4 different sports in high school in Iowa. And if you're one of the best wrestlers in your high school in Iowa, you're a great wrestler. He's going to drop back short, go over the top. Long pass, and it's going to be nearly intercepted. Intended for Tyrese Ritchie, but incomplete.
Yeah, and it was interesting. Pre-snap, Rocky Lombardi, who's played enough football, he sees that they're bringing a corner blitz off to his right. He kind of adjusts the protection, and just a miscommunication with his wide receiver, but good opportunity there and a good job recognizing it pre-snap.
I'll bring up 3rd down and 9 on the first series for Northern Illinois. Last year, they didn't win a game. In a MAC, they couldn't even start playing until November because of COVID-19. They only played 6 games. They lost them all. Looking to throw and fires over the middle. A good ball, but it is going to be incomplete off the hand of Trayvon Rudolph, who could not make the play.
This is a really nice ball. It really doesn't have anything. Georgia Tech's playing coverage. Lombardi does a nice job of keeping the ball back shoulder to Rudolph, and I think that's a play that he needs to make.
So on 4th and 9, they're going to punt.
You see it here. Lombardi kind of gets stuck with the football. He comes back to Rudolph. And when you see Wanye Thomas's back is turned to the ball, it's a perfect time for a back shoulder throw, and Lombardi delivered.
Matt Ferentz gets off the punt, trying to make a play on it. And stopped around the 40-yard line. 38-yard punt, 5-yard return by Ray. And so here come the Yellow Jackets for their first offensive series behind Jeff Sims. A dual threat quarterback. He can certainly run the ball too, Tim.
He can. He's excellent. And I think that the big thing for Jeff Sims is going to be eliminating mistakes. His good plays are really good. The bad plays seem to come at the wrong time. And I think eliminating them will certainly change the way that people view him as a player.
Sims started all 10 games last season, passed for 13 touchdowns. He ran for 6. It's going to be Gibbs on the attack on the first carry.
Jameer Gibbs is the ball
He picks up 6. He led Georgia Tech in all-purpose yards last year, 7 touchdowns. Also an outstanding kick return man. They're going to go fast, Tim. 2nd down and 4. Sims looking to fire. In the air, has a receiver, but it's going to be underthrown. That one intended for McGowan. The transfer from Northwestern. They got a lot of experience in him.
Yeah, huge expectation for him. They believe he's a difference maker, and he makes a difference here. He gets open on the corner route, and Sims is just late, and that ball is underthrown. If he can get that out earlier, and on time. It's a big play for the Yellow Jacket offense.
We were talking with Dave Patno, the offensive coordinator for the Yellow Jackets this week. He's very high on his offensive line, particularly the right side that goes 6'6", 6'6", 6'6". And on the carry, a big gainer out of the backfield. There's going to be a first down. And a 7-yard gain for Gibbs, taken down by Eric Rogers.
And Dave, that's that right side of the offensive line you're talking about, but a little bit of help with guys pulling. And I do think they feel much improved up front. Maybe the most improved areas of their offense and defensive line for Georgia Tech.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Looking to get on the board early in their home opener. And most of the crowd decked out in white tonight. And Sims takes the snap. It's Gibbs again. Room to run on that right side as he scampers out of bounds. He'll pick up 8 more yards.
And we can see Gibbs' speed. It's kind of an outside zone type run, and
8-yard gain on the play.
you got to be careful as a linebacker trying to undercut that, because he'll break your angle.
Sims on 2nd and short. Stepping up, and they're going to get to him and take him down. And it was Devontae O'Malley, the first man to say hello. And take down Sims, had nowhere to go. They're going to lose 5.
Yeah, and he's trying. It's an RPO. He's going to fake in here, and he's trying to get this, kind of glance in behind. As you see, here comes he pulls the ball out. And he just doesn't like his window, and so he gets stuck holding the football. And then run pass option. You don't have a pass protection called. So if you're stuck holding the football, more than likely you're going to end up getting sacked.
And it broke down pretty quickly on Sims. 3rd and 7, low snap as he rolls and fires and completes to Carter. Malachi Carter is the most explosive wide receiver the Yellow Jackets have. Didn't get as much as they wanted, only 3 yards on that play.
Yeah,
so 4th and 4 coming.
Yeah, and I think this is an interesting down and distance, Dave. You see it, on the, it's like the plus 39 here, and look, I don't think this is a terrible idea. Even if you don't snap, it's something where you try to draw them off sides.
From the 39.5. Got Carter set up on the left side. Sims with pressure, gets it off and short, incomplete. Trying to dump it off to McGowan, but couldn't get it to him.
Yeah, and that's a play he has to make. The protection is blitzed. He's got a guy coming at him, but Jeff Sims got to stand in there and make a play. Big stand for the Northern Illinois defense.
Thomas Hammock said, "We will try to handle the environment early. It's going to be loud. The fans are back. The energy will be there. If we can handle the first quarter, I think our level of physicality will surprise people."
That's a great point, and I think that start and that stop is exactly what he was talking to us about.
So 1st and 10 for Lombardi, his 2nd series, handing off for Whaley. Trying to cut back inside. Flags are down as he takes a pop, but flags everywhere on that carry. Tariq Carpenter with the tackle. But flags started falling around the 34-yard line as that play just got underway. 11:03 to go here in the first quarter in Atlanta.
Holding, offense, number 80. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
It's on the tight end Miles Joyner with the hold.
Yeah, Miles Joyner, 80. He basically is going to get beat inside. It looks like Wesley Walker. You see, he just makes that move inside. It's a nice job by Walker of using kind of his speed and athleticism to his advantage. Surprises Joyner, and there's the penalty.
So 1st and 20. And a test right now on this drive for Lombardi and the Huskies. Going to hand off again for Whaley as he dives inside and gets 3 of those yards back. Georgia Tech returning 17 starters. Transfers are going to be a key, but it's that old line about returning starters when you're 3 and 7. Is that a good thing?
Typically not, but at the same time, guys playing together, there is value in that, and I think they feel pretty good about their group.
2nd down, 17. Lombardi again with a handoff. And nothing doing there. The stop by Thomas and a 2-yard gain. Wanye Thomas, the 6'3", 215-pound junior out of Florida, really good athlete.
Yeah, and I think it's been obvious so far already. Defending the run game, you see the speed and athleticism out of that Georgia Tech defense causing some problems. I think they're going to have to find ways, if they're going to commit those guys, that many players to the run game inside, to get to the perimeter.
3rd down, 15 for the Huskies. Dropping back Lombardi, and he looks to fire, and it's complete. But well shy of the 1st down. Joyner, the tight end, with the catch, but it picks up just 1 yard.
And Georgia Tech now twice on 3rd downs have played coverage, and really was just a 3-man route with an outlet for Northern Illinois. And I think they maybe were expecting a blitz or some type of pressure on 3rd and long. End up getting coverage. Good rally and tackle by Quez Jackson.
So Matt Ferentz back to punt again for the 2nd time here in the 1st quarter. Hangs this one very high. Ray coming up on it. Fair catch. It goes 37 yards. That punt. Yellow Jackets back on the attack when we come back here in Atlanta.
So, if you have a flat tire.
That game is up in Charlotte. From their own 28. It'll be Jeff Sims at Georgia Tech to begin this drive. 1st down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Here on opening night. And Sims will step up and run it. But they find him quickly and pile on. Stopped initially by the defensive end Ray Thomas, losing 1 yard on the carry.
Yeah, and what's weird is it almost looked like a quarterback draw, but when you look at the offensive line, they're pass protecting. There's no lead blocker. It's almost like Sims got fooled on where he wanted to go with the football, and instead of reading it out, decided to take off and run.
Early on, the focus has been on Jameer Gibbs. Quarterback's going to keep it. And racing to the near side before he is shoved out. A 1st down gain here for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, shoved out by Lafayette, but he picked up 15 yards.
And it's just a read. He reads the backside end, decides to keep the football. And this is what makes Jeff Sims really, really dangerous. And I think this is the thing that is going to give the most trouble to Northern Illinois defensively. A lot of young players on that side of the ball, chasing these good, talented backs for Georgia Tech. And then here comes the quarterback out the back.
Yeah, he ran for 64 yards in their big win against FSU. That pass is going to be complete on the near side to Sanders. 5-yard gain. You break down Sims' wins and losses last year, and look at the rushing at the very bottom.
Like we just saw, but sometimes it's when he takes off and runs because he doesn't like what he sees as a passer.
Gibbs got through 1 tackler, and then it took 3 men to take him down.
Jameer Gibbs carries the ball.
That's a hard-fought 4 yards. Ray Thomas with the tackle.
Tackle made by Michael Kennedy.
We were talking with Jeff Collins this week, and he's taken his lumps the first 2 years in Atlanta. He said he spent that developing a winning, tight-knit culture. He believes that has become a reality with this group. It's Gibbs again, getting away from 1 man down the sideline, and he stepped out of bounds. But he picks up another 1st down. That's a gain of 16.
And you can see why they think Gibbs is their best player. Look at him in the open field. That is just really, really good on a short yardage run to be, thinking you're about to pound it up in there, and then to have that move to get to outside.
Play action, and a running back in this instance is going to be McGowan, one of the wide receivers involved in the play, and picks up 2 yards for the Yellow Jackets, but so far an impressive drive starting at their own 28.
That's a pretty good tackle by Lance DeVoe there. It looked like there was about to be something pretty big for McGowan.
So 2nd down and 8. He'll roll again and fire. Oh, he had a couple of open receivers. He didn't hit anybody. Gibbs, the intended receiver there, but he had men to throw to.
And it just looked like there was so much confusion. Basically, they're running the tight end down the seam, and then you see Gibbs. He's running here. It's almost like Gibbs doesn't know which shoulder to look over. Like he was going to look over his left shoulder, and then he turned back to look over his right shoulder, but the ball was already gone. Almost seemed like there was a little bit of confusion on Gibbs's part about where the ball was coming from.
They had hoped to get rid of that. That was a bit of a pattern a season ago. Gibbs right behind his blocker and got pushed back, trying to get to the 25-yard line, but denied a 5-yard pickup for the Yellow Jackets. Georgia Tech with a running back room with a lot of depth with Gibbs and Mason, Griffin and Smith. It would seem to be the focus of their offense and what they do particularly well.
Yeah, I agree. They can roll them in, and they have different style of backs. Obviously, Gibbs is kind of an all-purpose guy, and Jordan Mason has got a ton of power. Jameer Griffin, another guy with a lot of power.
Brent Smaglia on for a 43-yard attempt in the air on the way, and that one is no good. He pushed it. And so the Yellow Jackets come up short on this drive with 5:38 to go in the quarter.
And it's Georgia Tech getting frustrated offensively. Northern Illinois hanging in there.
Georgia Tech and NIU, no score, 5:38 to go here in the first quarter, and the Huskies about to start this drive from their 26-yard line. Georgia Tech had a 7-play drive, no points. Just had a 9-play drive, finishing up with no points. So the door is open for the Huskies.
Sure is. It's exactly what Thomas Hammock wanted out of his team.
Going to run the ball right away, and Whaley off to the left with the carry, stopped by Wanye Thomas, but that goes for 9.
It's almost exactly the way Thomas Hammock wanted it to play out. Weather the storm. Don't let Georgia Tech get all kinds of excitement off of big plays and things of that nature, and then try to get physical. It basically looks like they're lining up in goal line offense right now, trying to run it right at them.
Well, the Huskies have a quarterback who has lined up in big-time situations before in Lombardi. He is back to hand off, and it's Whaley's been a workhorse early on, and he will pick up the first down. We talked about what a fine athlete he was in high school in Iowa. Played 4 sports. He wrestled, played football, baseball, track and field. His father, Tony, played football at Arizona State. His grandfather was a legendary high school football coach in Illinois. He's in that state's Hall of Fame.
And listen, you got a guy who's a quarterback and a wrestler. I mean, I think it just kind of speaks to his toughness and his grit, and kind of one of those guys that, you name the sport, he's going to compete his tail off in it.
Yeah, just recently picked up golf, and he's ridiculously good at that. Into the center of the line once again. It is Whaley, and for more on Lombardi's story, let's toss it down to Kelsey.
Well, you guys are talking a lot about his athletic abilities, but it's what he adds to this locker room as well, to come in and be a captain so early. They say he controls this locker room. He's not going to let any moment be too big, and they said a lot that Rocky, you look at this, he's kind of the alpha, and then his good friend, his roommate Clint, he's kind of the one that supports him. They've been a really good tandem so far this offseason.
Ratkovich so far hasn't gotten a taste of any of the offense. It's Whaley again. Took a hit and he got to that marker. He picks up another first down. And that was one he earned before he took the pop by Wanye Thomas.
Yeah, and you see his speed. Whaley's speed. He was a 10-7 guy in high school, and here comes the tempo.
Whaley again trying to pick his way, trying to get to the 45-yard line. Stopped by Tariq Carpenter. He picks up 2 more.
Yeah, this is exactly what Thomas Hammock was talking about. Defense gets a stop, 2 drives in a row, and now all of a sudden they come out and they decide, we're just going to hammer the football at you. We're going to be physical. They felt like they've had, a physical training camp, and really that's playing to their strength. Did you see Thomas Hammock, a former running back? That's really what he wants to do. Have his offensive line fly off the ball and move people.
So 2nd down and 8. Huskies moving the football for the first time here in the first quarter. Ratkovich off to the right and stacked up. Got nothing there. And so far it's been a 6-play drive, and every play has been on the ground.
It's been on the ground, but it's not like they've been call and run it plays, meaning it's not like they just call it, get up and run it against any look. You can tell that Rocky Lombardi is trying to get them into the right run, find the right look where to run the football, and that's part of the reason they've been having success.
Thus far, they've done exactly what they wanted to do, Tim. They've taken the crowd out of it, they've taken the environment, and they have really damped it down here in Atlanta. Rakovic alongside Lombardi, the quarterback. He wants to throw. Throwing short right over the middle and complete. And that one is caught by Tucker.
Lombardi's pass complete.
That goes for 11, and they keep on moving the chains.
Yeah, and it's a really good job of getting the ball out quickly. Pressure's coming to the right of your screen. You see the ball comes out. Just a good job of stopping Tucker with the football.
And a timeout. Trying to slow this thing down because they want to go like a freight train.
I'll tell you what, they got him on the ropes a bit. You know, a third down conversion, and Jeff Collins had seen enough. He's like, wait a second, I need to get my guys, off the field. You see that there? Does a good job. You see the window. He kind of stops Tucker with the football, and Tucker does a good job of kind of throttling down enough that he can reach back, catch that ball with his hands. And you mentioned, Dave, about taking the crowd out of it, and it was like almost on that third down, like they wanted to get into it, and then boom, moving so fast, come up with the conversion, and you're right, just kind of take them right back out of it.
That's a good timeout by Collins. He has to burn one here with 2:05 to go in the first quarter. But they were about to get railroaded into the end zone, it felt like, by NIU. And again, just 6 wins for them all of last year. Even now, they've got 87 players classified as freshmen. It's a very young team. Last year, they were the second youngest program in the FBS. Whaley gets the handoff. He finds an opening. Darting to the right, heading for the end zone. He's in for the touchdown. A 35-yard scamper by Harrison Whaley. That drive was his, and he's into the end zone. And a Huskies strike first tonight here in Atlanta. Now the officials getting together down near the goal line. Maybe a celebration getting out of hand.
Rule on the field is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense number 30. His first. The 15-yard penalty being forced on the kick. We'll do the try.
Well, you can't blame them for celebrating after a drive like that and the way it finished. Whaley diving into the end zone. So John Richardson on for the extra point. NIU getting out in front. And his extra point is in the air, and it is good. Northern Illinois behind Lombardi and company with a 7-0 lead. 8 plays, 74 yards on the drive, Tim.
Yeah, and J.J. Lippy here, he's going to pull and kick out. And you're also going to get the fullback kicking out. And it's just an awesome job of getting movement up front. Hat on a hat block, and basically Whaley just able to use his speed at that point. We mentioned it earlier, and Wanye Thomas not able to get there in time. That was really well blocked. And if you saw how it happened, they come out of the timeout. Northern Illinois is huddled up. The offensive line sprint to the line of scrimmage, and then they snap the ball quickly. It was almost as if they were able to catch them off guard.
Whaley throwing the ball into the stands. That was the celebration. So they'll add 15 yards on the kick.
Hey, they were 0-6 last year, Dave. They're winning right now.
You're darn right.
Sometimes it's hard to keep that excitement down.
Could not agree more. Let's get out of Kelsey.
Yeah, I'm actually over on the sidelines when this happened, and it just erupted. They still honestly haven't calmed down yet. You hear some of the guys walking around yelling, Hotlanta. They're pretty excited to be here and be the first team on the board. And then you had Rocky, who went up to every one of his offensive linemen, told them, great job, we got to keep it up. This team pretty excited about the way things have started, you guys.
Whaley, 69 yards, 9 carries, and a touchdown. So he was the star of that drive. And a big start here for NIU. This is Gibbs inside his 20-yard line and tripped up, didn't quite get to the 40. So now the pressure falls to Jeff Sims, and I would say immediate pressure to answer.
Yeah, immediate pressure to answer because he's gotten off to a slow start. I mean, had McGowan open on a corner, he underthrows him. Gets a 4th down play where he's got a chance to make a play to McGowan again, and then he has Gibbs running free who may score, and he misses that one. So you got 3 missed throws that could be really big plays for the Georgia Tech offense in the first quarter alone.
Now the running back with Sims is Jordan Mason, very powerful back. Quarterback will keep. Big gain across the 50, loose across the 40, and deep into Husky territory. And Sims very dangerous with the legs, 28 yards with that pickup.
Yeah, people call it quarterback bash, quarterback power. Basically, fake to the running back. You got linemen pulling through there. And again, this is where I believe he is most comfortable.
Back to throw, going deep, headed for the end zone, and overthrown, intended for Nate McCollum, but he had him open.
He's got him wide open. And look, it's hard as a quarterback. He just had a big run. You're tired, you're breathing heavily. But McCollum, I mean, does such a good job. You know, Lafayette's nowhere near him. You need to give your player a chance to get his hands on the football and make a catch.
So thus far he is 2 for 6, 8 yards. Had an open man in the corner of the end zone, could not hit him. And right now the offense is sputtering. It's 2nd down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Mason back in there to back. Sims going to roll, and he's going to step out of bounds. Lots of pressure to flush him out. And it was Pierce Opong, the defensive end, giving chase, and that lost a yard.
And I think it's really tricky as an offensive coordinator. You know, Dave Patnode now has 3 instances of getting guys wide open for big chunk plays, and the quarterback just hasn't delivered on the throw. And then he's even gotten guys open on a 4th down where the quarterback doesn't deliver the throw. As a coordinator, you're looking to make plays, but you're also trying to find ways like, hey, how can I get this guy into a rhythm, because he's clearly off.
3rd and 11. Sims with time, airs it out, but he underthrew the football. It was McGowan again that he wanted, but he was short on a toss.
And again, McGowan is open. You know, I'm not trying to hammer this home too much, but 3rd and 11, design a player open. You know, just doesn't get it there. It's an outbreaking route. Anticipate. You've done it a million times throughout, you know, the spring and through the summer. You know, just trust it.
Well, they're trying to get on the board on what would be a 51-yard field goal by Brent Cimaglia. The transfer from Tennessee to Coach Collins says is one of the best in America. He missed from 43 earlier, and this one's going to be way short. And another disappointing drive here for the Yellow Jackets with 39 seconds to go in the quarter, and the fans are a little stunned. He might have slipped here.
You know, I saw him on the ground, and, you know, that plant foot slips, but you said it, Dave. I mean, that barely made it into the end zone and never looked like it had much of a chance.
It was a mile short. So nothing going right, despite an absolutely gorgeous sunset in Atlanta. It does 24 yards and a touchdown. Harrison Whaley was the #1 back. He'll get it again, trying to center of the line as he lurches ahead. Ace Ely will get the tackle, but a 2-yard pickup. Well, Jeff Collins, head coach at Georgia Tech, his motto this year was "What's important now?" And he says that means play good, clean football. They had 6 to 10 ACC officials at every practice. Georgia Tech was one of the most penalized teams last year in the country. That was a huge emphasis. But right now they're being outplayed by Thomas Hammock's Huskies here in Atlanta tonight. So that's the end of the first quarter. NIU on the road and looking very comfortable here. Bobby Dodd, they've taken a 7. Rocky Lombardi has his team in front on the road, 7-0 at Georgia Tech after the first quarter has come and gone. Tim Hasselbeck and Dave O'Brien, Kelsey Riggs with you. As Harrison Whaley, certainly the star of the first quarter, takes the first run and goes for 3 yards to get the second quarter underway. Great to have you with us here tonight. Georgia Tech looking to recover on the defensive side where you would think they would have an advantage. Georgia Tech is athletic. They are long defensively. And they have enough starters back, but right now Whaley and Lombardi have been the story for Northern Illinois. Third down 5. He's going to air it out to the side, and a tremendous catch. Outstanding play by Tyrese Ritchie to haul that in after the leap, a 25-yard gain.
And Tyrese Ritchie does a tremendous job of reacting to the football, and Lombardi does a great job of giving him a chance. Wesley Walker's got pretty good coverage, but back is turned, and it's just an outstanding adjustment to the football.
Quarterback's going to keep it. Lombardi's going to slide at the 25 as they continue to move them.
You see on the previous play, Ritchie just does a good job of adjusting to the football and then fighting through contact. This offense is moving.
2nd and 1. Whaley with the carry, and he'll pick up the first down. Huskies are moving the sticks. That's a 6-yard gain. He's closing in on 100 yards already here in the first half, and it's early in the second quarter. That's going to be rifled for the end zone. Incomplete, but a flag dropped in the end zone. Looked like there might have been a late hit too, because another flag came in after the play. And the initial flag was dropped in the end zone. Northern Illinois on top 7-0.
Substitution. Defense. More than 11 players on the field at the snap. 5-yard penalty. First down.
You see, Northern Illinois decided to go up tempo, and guys just aren't getting off the field. And quite honestly, they're not close to getting off the field. The tempo, it's almost like it surprised the Georgia Tech defense.
Yes, I think it stunned them. Jeff Collins has already had to call a timeout once to stop them. On a carry, Ratkovich, as he gets his hands on the football. They think they can move him around, Tim. They can play him almost anywhere. He can run it, he can catch it, they can move him out to tight end if they want to.
Called him Beauty and the Beast. He's tough on block, but he's also good in space.
Boy, they're waiting for nothing, and the carry by Ratkovich again, and he's stopped by Trey Swilling. His brother Bruce is a running back on the Yellow Jackets. Great family history with the Swillings, of course. Dad Pat was a legend at Georgia Tech and a 5-time Pro Bowler with the Saints. Great player.
Great player, obviously. When you hear the Swilling name, you think of this place, and obviously a tremendous NFL career for Pat Swilling after Georgia Tech.
Well, now the Huskies, after picking up the first down and pressing the matter again, they slow it down a little bit. First down and 10. And a handoff again. It's Whaley. Not much doing this time for Harrison Whaley out of Johnston, Iowa. And he'll gain 3 yards on that carry. So 2nd down and 7.
We see college teams go with tempo, and it's been a really fast tempo for Northern Illinois. But the other thing that's really hard to defend is going in and out of tempo. Lightning speed for a few plays. The next thing you know, huddle and slow it down. It's just really difficult to get a sense what the offense is doing.
Georgia Tech defense sucking wind. They are worn out early on here. From the 8-yard line, Whaley up the middle again and gets down close. It's down around the 2-yard line before he was stopped by Tariq Carpenter. They're going to go fast here on 3rd and 1, and pushing ahead down close to the goal line. And did not quite get there, but very close. And they did pick up the first down. So it'll be 1st and goal for Northern Illinois.
Well, and I'll tell you what, I'd come right back to it with the movement they just got up front.
Lombardi under center, knocking on the door again. Lombardi straight ahead, trying to push into the end zone, dropped the right shoulder, and he was stopped on the play. Shy again.
I like the idea, though. You just got a ton of movement. You got a different front from Georgia Tech, anticipating that quarterback sneak, but the way the offensive line for Northern Illinois is moving them off the ball.
Yeah, just inches from the goal line. 11 plays, 10 on the ground, only 1 pass. Lombardi again, and flags down to stop the clock at 10:46 to go here in the second, as they try and add another touchdown.
False start. Offense, number 32. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
This is an old Jeff Saturday trip. You know, it's a touchdown right there, Dave. Look at that before you even snap the football. Really, Northern Illinois should have been called for that.
Well, they'll push it back to the 6-yard line for the Huskies. And trying to crash Georgia Tech's opening night party in a big way. To a large degree, they've already done that. And really moving the football on a long drive and eating up chunks on the ground. Lombardi back to throw short and into the end zone and a touchdown. It's Joyner, his tight end, Miles Joyner, into the end zone. They score again.
It's a really good play call. Really good play call by Eric Adsness. He does a good job to get man coverage. You get your tight end running into the flat, and you see the traffic, and AC Ely just can't run through it. And it's just the first man in the read is Joyner running to the flat, and Rocky Lombardi just catch and throw. Impressive start.
Richardson for the extra point. And he's got it. And Northern Illinois on top 14-0.
Yeah, and a little bit of everything. And you get a big catch by Richie, then you pound the football, and then it's Lombardi to Joyner to finish it off for the score.
Got 12 plays, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
Really struggled, and I think it's kind of a little bit stunned with how it's gone so far.
They're going to give Gibbs a chance to run it from the 3-yard line on the kickoff, trying to break free, but he's stopped shy of the 30. Leaving points on the field, a big problem for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and you know, kicking game was an issue a year ago, and you get a missed field goal on an earlier drive, and then obviously the miscommunication between Gibbs and Sims, and an opportunity for another throw into the end zone to McCollum, and then another missed field goal. And so it's not as if there haven't been opportunities for Georgia Tech, they just haven't been able to capitalize.
Simagli with a couple of misses, the other from 51 yards. So the Yellow Jackets looking for an answer. Sims handing off as Mason tried the right side of the line. He picks up 4 yards on the carry with 10 minutes to go before halftime. They're trying to get something started. And this is where that team unity and a tight-knit nature that Collins has been preaching for his team, that's where it really gets tested. On a handoff, Mason again, the strong runner, and he's going to pick up a first down.
Dave, you're exactly right about that. You know, things go wrong. Guys miss kick, miscommunication, quarterback misses throws. If you are a tight-knit group, you're able to stay together and kind of weather the storm, you know, deal with the adversity.
Jeff Sims just 2 for 8 yards passing so far. He has been overshadowed by the offense of Northern Illinois. A flag down, he's going to throw long. Airs it out down the right side, and that's broken up by the Huskies, intended for McGowan. But 2 flags down at the 40-yard line. Opposite ends of the 40. 9:18 to go in the half.
Offside, defense, the nose tackle. 5-yard penalty, first down.
And it's a good job using a hard count by Sims. You see the offsides, then you have a free play, and it's a good job of taking a shot when that happens. You know, one of the things that Dave Patno told us was that Jeff Sims was really hard on himself when he would make a mistake. And I think part of that is you got to get yourself down, you got to move on to the next play.
That pass complete to Carter. Carter taking it back inside. Malachi Carter is a big play guy, and he rips that one off for 13 yards. Jordan Gandy finally stopping him.
And he gets really lucky here, Sims does, because Jordan Hanson's running right underneath that route and just misplays it, and Carter's able to come up with the ball.
Low snap, now it's dropped, fumble, and looked like the Huskies came up with it. They did. Recovered by Northern Illinois. Rogers picked it up. Eric Rogers, the left corner, he pounced on it, and they force a turnover.
It's incredible. Almost, you know, feels unforced, and you know, Sims maybe looking like he's going for the football. Just another miscue for the Georgia Tech offense.
Sims is hurt.
Then as the ball's on the ground, you see Sims trying to recover the football, extend that left arm, and as that left arm's extended, it's hit awkwardly on it, and it was clearly in plenty of discomfort coming off the field, and it's kind of a dangerous, vulnerable position for a quarterback to be in.
So the Huskies take over the football, 1st and 10, and this pass is going to be incomplete, flung out of bounds as the quarterback Lombardi was running for his life. Intended for Muhammad Torrey. So our game summary: Georgia Tech 4 possessions. They've missed 2 field goals. They've fumbled. Harrison Whaley has been a show unto himself for the Huskies. 88 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, and 14-0 NIU. And they have been going fast, and it has clicked. Whaley again, as he is taken down around the 45-yard line, a 2-yard pickup. Here at Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta. And the Huskies have done a terrific job of taking the crowd completely out of the game.
Completely out of it, but I think you got to be careful right here. It's 3rd and long, known passing situation. Be smart with the football, because a punt here backing up Georgia Tech with maybe a backup quarterback coming into the football game is not the worst thing in the world when you're up 14-0.
3rd down and 8. Lombardi from the shotgun. Coming up on 8 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter. He's going to keep flag down as he races ahead. Pretty good runner, and a bruising runner indeed, as he is tangled up. Picking up 6. So that'll bring up 4th and 2, but a flag was dropped as that play started to develop. So let's see what the penalty is. Motion penalty. And that will go against the Huskies.
Illegal formation. Offense. More than 4 to the backfield. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Yeah, and basically it's just an illegal formation. Not enough guys on the line of scrimmage. And so when they motion, you got a receiver that's typically on the line of scrimmage, and he's going to motion. And you have the penalty. And
so that'll back him up to 3rd and 13 for Lombardi and the Huskies. And so we will see what Thomas Hammock pulls out here. He's a guy who really bleeds Cardinal and black.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why Georgia Tech wouldn't decline the penalty. It's 4th down at midfield. I can't imagine that Northern Illinois was going to go for it there. It was 4th and a long, too, maybe 4th and 3. Interesting decision by Jeff Collins.
On 3rd and 13, 14-0. Northern Illinois has the lead here in the 2nd.
Our stylists are ready to go.
Now Georgia Tech trying to climb back in at 14-0 NIU. But you wonder about that last play, Tim. Should that have been a penalty?
I don't think so. You got 5 offensive linemen on the ball, and then you have 2 receivers on the ball. You've got 7 guys on the line of scrimmage. And so I'm not sure what the penalty was. It's almost like the officials counted it wrong.
3rd down 13 for Lombardi, with Harrison Whaley in his backfield. And he's going to get another carry. Breaks free. He broke a couple of tackles as he dives ahead for a 5-yard gain. Charlie Thomas eventually stopping him, the middle linebacker. So 4th down coming up for Northern Illinois, and they'll be punting the football. And Ray back to receive at about the 17-yard line. And they need something to happen, something exciting to happen for the Ramblin' Wreck of Georgia Tech. The high deep punt is going to let that one sail. And they're going to get this one inside the 5-yard line down around the 3. And everything breaking right for the Huskies. That's a 52-yard punt. So how about last night in Blacksburg? What a crowd there. And were they ever ready to get back in their seats? That was incredible. Virginia Tech won the ball game. Well, Bama just rolling today against Miami, 44-13. And Georgia and Clemson, 2 top 5 opponents. They're scoreless in the 1st quarter tonight.
It was great to see that crowd in Blacksburg, Dave, wasn't it? I know on Thursday night we got to be in front of a live crowd, and it's a lot of fun to see that. And that's not fun to see, and that's Jeff Sims walking off.
So Yates is the quarterback. He's the backup, rolling out of the end zone and flinging this football. And it's going to be an incomplete pass, out of bounds. Let's get down to Kelsey Riggs.
Yeah, I'm just watching Jeff Sims walk into the locker room. They took some ice into the tent with him earlier, and everybody, as they were coming out, were motioning to the left arm, left elbow area. The trainers were going back and forth, kind of re-looking at the play on the monitor, and then as you see, he just headed into the locker room, head down, looking pretty dejected right now.
And he had a very rough first half even before the injury. Yates coming on now, the freshman, and trying to make a difference. And nothing really going right now. The carry by Mason. Ball's on the deck. They're going to run it in, and it's a touchdown. The Huskies score again as they pick up the loose ball and get in for 6 more. On a scoop and score, and Lance DeVoe, the man to scoop it up and get into the end zone. And that'll make it 20-0 Northern Illinois.
See there, Mason's just kind of fighting through contact, and let's see. Looks like that left knee maybe was down before the ball comes out. He's spinning. Take a look at that left knee there.
Yeah, was that knee down before he lost the football?
I think that left knee is down before that football is out.
This play is under review, obviously.
Not by much. But as he's spinning, that left knee kind of hits down. In this angle, we may get a chance to see it because the left knee is going to go down first. And when we see that left knee down there, that ball has not been punched out yet, I don't believe. Now, it's close, and so it's got to be enough. Yeah, that left knee's down before that ball gets punched. That is an outstanding look and shot by our camera crew, because that angle there kind of gives you the bang-bang nature of knee down, then ball getting punched out.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a huge break for the Yellow Jackets, that they will reverse this. It will not be a scoop and 6. And instead, they're going to reverse it.
Yeah, which is the right call. And I will tell you this, it doesn't exactly make you feel that much better if you're Jordan Yates. You know, first down, you're kind of running for your life in the end zone, in your own end zone. Then you nearly have a fumble that goes for a score. And now all of a sudden you've got 3rd and 10, and you may be asked to make a throw with your feet in your own end zone. You just came into the football game.
So it is the replay official on site who makes this decision.
After further review, the runner's knee was down prior to the fumble with the ball at the 4-yard line. It'll be Georgia Tech's ball, 3rd down.
3rd down for the Yellow Jackets inside their own 5, but a huge break with 6:39 to go. Not much has gone right for them in the first half. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Under 7 minutes to go in the half here in Atlanta. Yates the backup with Sims injured. And on the run is going to be Mason trying to get some extra room, and he pulls ahead. He's going to pick up a 1st down. Jordan Mason with a tough run, and that was his rep coming in.
Yeah, definitely his reputation coming in. Tough physical downhill runner, and that was huge. Get a little bit of breathing room, stay on the field, keep your defense off the field, and help get Jordan Yates comfortable.
12-yard gain. Yellow Jackets have rushed for 107. Passing game has been non-existent so far. Yates trying to change that. A lot of pressure on the freshman. He'll hand off. Mason will take it again and dive ahead. He'll pick up 5 yards on that carry.
You know, it almost looks like with Mason in the backfield, a little bit of taste of what Northern Illinois wants to do, which is kind of pound it right at you. And you know, when you have a 220-pound back, you can do that.
2nd down 5. Quarterback will keep it and fire. And complete short out in the open space. Carter tried to get away and make some more yards, but he does pick up another first down.
Yeah, that's a pretty smooth and good-looking throw. Carter doesn't get much separation, just running a little stop route. But look, when he turns around, that ball is right to the 7 on his jersey. It's an outstanding throw by Jordan Yates with great timing and anticipation.
Best pass that they have completed tonight, went for 12. First down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Now they can breathe a little bit. They were backed all the way down inside their 5. Yates will keep. Trying to move to the right side for a 3-yard gain.
And here's the story with Yates. You know, he's not the runner that Jeff Sims is, but was a very good high school player coming out of Milton in Georgia, and 7A Georgia Offensive Player of the Year. Can really throw it, and so I think you can see more in the pocket stuff with Yates.
2nd and 7. He'll step up. They're going to find him though, and down he goes. Tried to elude the first tackler, but no place to run. That loses 3 yards. And we're talking with Dave Patino, the Georgia Tech offensive coordinator, this week. Helmet comes off, and so you're going to need another quarterback. So Yates has to come off for a play.
Yeah, and it should be Trad Beatty, the transfer from Temple. It is. He's in the game at quarterback, and
yeah, at least for now. And the coaches were really raving about his leadership skills.
But this has run written all over it, and I think that's why you call a timeout.
So a timeout with 3:59 to go in the first half. Northern Illinois with a 14-0 advantage on the road.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, people like Geico because it's just easy. Bundling, for example. You've got car insurance here. And
first weekend in the ACC. And Georgia Tech was hoping to be part of a little bit of a party, but so far they have been shut down 14-0 by Northern Illinois. Now after the timeout, they can bring the quarterback back in. So Yates with an opportunity to return after they call the timeout. He's back out there looking to throw. He'll step up and run it now. Getting across the 40, and he's upended, but a tough run to gain the first down.
Really tough run, and that's a big play. Does a nice job getting, as he climbs in the pocket, he still kind of remains a passer. Thought he might try to get it to Gibbs, but instead he takes off, and then good finish to it. You obviously don't like to see that type of collision, but going for the first down. Good effort by Yates.
Well, a lot of us like to see that kind of collision because it's football. What you mean is you don't want to see the quarterback getting hit like that.
Well, you're already into your second quarterback in the first half, and so, in fact, you were nearly to your third quarterback because his helmet popped off.
Pretty good hit there by Rogers.
Yeah. But I will say this, it's almost as if with as poorly as Sims started, it's almost as if this has been a good thing for how the offense has operated. Obviously, it's not a good thing for an injury or a player to be hurt, but in terms of how the offense has operated, we saw a good, accurate throw by Yates, and then we see him take off here, and he clearly, I said it earlier, he's not the runner that Sims is, but he can do that, and he's probably a better natural passer, and so they've, been a little bit more efficient offensively with him in there.
They have been. This is the 9th play of a drive that started on their own 3-yard line. First down and 10. Gibbs back in there as the primary back. He'll take the handoff. Gibbs on the move and out of bounds. He gets shoved and pushed into the Georgia Tech bench by Jordan Gandy, who was second team All-MAC last year. That gained only 2 yards. 14-0 Northern Illinois. Under 3.5 minutes to go before the half ends. And the Huskies have, for long stretches of this game, they have dominated.
And what they can't do here is give up a big play. This has to be a no big play kind of drive for them. If Georgia Tech is going to come down and score, they have to march it down the field. You can't give up something over your head.
2nd and 8 for Yates. Going to keep this one across the 50, tucking that shoulder. Boy, he is a hard runner. Rogers with the hit. but not before 7 yards on that gain.
Yeah, I mean, he does a good job of finishing. Again, zone read. Defensive end squeezes down. And you go finish the run, kind of protecting yourself. He looks fired up about it, too.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to mind the hit. Gibbs with a carry. Trying to get to that sideline, but tripped up by Eric Rogers, who's made a lot of good tackles, but that's a first down gain. So 1st and 10 as the Yellow Jackets continue to move the sticks.
But if you're Northern Illinois, this is what you have to do. If they're going to march you down and score, have it be this way. Again, their mantra coming in was no big plays. Make them work for it. You know, maybe they'll make a mistake like we saw them do when Sims was in at quarterback.
Backup tight end Dylan Leonard in the ball game. Devaney unable to play tonight as the lead tight end for the Yellow Jackets. Here's the short toss and complete to Gibbs. Gibbs, they got him by the leg and drag him down. And another guy who's made some tough yards. That picks up 7. Lance DeVoe with the tackle.
This was really good by Yates there. He's trying to get the inside fade to his left. Look at his eyes. And just as he's ready to throw it, he doesn't like it. Quick, find the check down, give him an accurate ball, positive play, stay on schedule. That's a good job.
Clock running under 2 minutes before the break. Yates firing to his right. And a completed pass to Sanders. Sanders didn't get much after the catch, but will pick up a first down.
And again, it's timing and accuracy. As P.J. Harris has the ball right between the 1 and the 8 when he stops and turns around on his route.
First down and 10. He wants to throw it again. Yates on the move. Incomplete, intended for Leonard, the tight end, just into the game.
And there's a little mesh, a little rub, if you will. And I think the Northern Illinois defenders run into each other, which is why Leonard was so wide open and Yates just not able, as he's drifting away, to get enough on it to get him the football.
Well, the Huskies with a man down with 1:23 left in the second quarter. And Georgia Tech trying hard to get their crowd involved. They were anticipating about 40,000 here tonight for their home opener, a whiteout, you know, center stage and all of that. A team, as we mentioned as we came on the air, with an awful lot to prove. And they have lost their starting quarterback Sims to an injury. Not sure if he has any chance of returning tonight. And they got down 14-0. Here's a look at the collision.
Yeah, and you basically see these guys here, these two players here, that, you know, kind of going to be a collision there. It's ugly, and that's how Leonard comes so free. And unfortunately, I think we, you know, end up with a pretty serious injury with the unintended collision.
So NIU in command of the game, but a player down right now.
Again, you look at this offensive line, that's what we thought we were going to see some change and getting a little bit better. These guys are getting bullied around, they're getting pushed backwards. It is still a long road to go in Georgia Tech.
And understanding that Coach Collins is in the middle of a true rebuild there. And yes, it is year 3 where you want to start to see the tide turn a little bit, but you're still dealing with some youth there. I mean, Jeff Sims, a young quarterback, injured in this game, so clearly a worst-case scenario.
Melting and mingling in Arby's prime rib cheesesteak. The third thing you think of is how you might work Arby's prime rib cheese.
Came out of the stands, and there they are, and obviously are going to head to the hospital to join their son. Tim, what did you see there?
Collision between the two of them, and unfortunately it just was one of those collisions that it ended up being really bad. And
leg injury,
lower leg injury, and it wasn't pretty, and you know, that's why the ambulance comes to the field, and you just, you know, hope and pray that he's going to be okay. And you know, obviously, you know, the fact that his parents are here is good to have that comfort.
So it brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets after a long delay. The first play, the 15th play of this drive. They they went on a 7-play and a 9-play drives that came up empty. Yates back to throw. Firing, has a receiver. It's broken up. He wanted Gibbs, and he had him for a split second. But broken up by Nick Ratton on the play, the linebacker.
And this is a great play by Nick Ratton because he's beat, but he just hustles and then reads Gibbs's eyes. As soon as Gibbs's eyes get big and arms go up, he extends that right arm to make a play on the football. And it's another example of Dave Patino designing somebody free and open, and the quarterback just not being able to deliver.
Hit him on the back of the helmet and the arm. 1:17 to go before halftime. Receiver in motion, McGowan. 3rd down 10. Stepping up. Got some room and hurdles. He got hit. Boy, that's the second play he's made, and that's a 1st down. Just like that, where he's end over end.
And this is unbelievable. Basically saying, look, I have an opportunity to play. I'm going to lay it on the line. Going over. I mean, that's a full flip, lands on his feet, which actually, wow, carries him forward for the 1st down. Incredible.
Got 11 yards and stuck the landing. Yates to fire, throwing for the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. McGowan from 22 yards. And the Yellow Jackets finally on the scoreboard.
McGowan working in the slot, just is able to get across the defender's face, and then that ball is perfectly thrown right to the chin of McGowan. And are you kidding me? Jordan Yates, that run and then that throw.
Simaglia for the point after with 47 seconds left in the half, and he sticks it. 14-7. Man, did the Yellow Jackets need that, because their offense was getting nothing done. But Jordan Yates comes in, 17 plays, 98 yards, and remember the reverse fumble inside the 5 that started this drive. Incredible.
And Dave, now the environment in this stadium has a little bit of life, to it, and it's with the spark of Jordan Yates. That's a great point by you. That was a scoop and score. That was a bang play. That was nearly a touchdown for Northern Illinois, and it was a few scrambles of Jordan Yates basically laying it on the line, just being a tough competitor, diving for a 1st down, putting the shoulder down, going over a defender, and then a strike for a score.
There's so much could have gone wrong there. The touchdown was reversed, so no fumble, and there was such a long delay because of the injury, but it didn't stall the drive.
No, it didn't. I thought it was going to take some of the energy out of the drive, and you look at the clock and you were going to be up against it, but it was that scramble, flip, stick in the landing.
So life for the Yellow Jackets that they desperately needed in their home stadium here in Atlanta. And Stewart with a kick. And they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. We look back at that drive and how it started.
It starts off with a little bit of luck because Jordan Mason is fighting for some yards, but that gets overturned, and then Jordan Yates is like, all right, let me take this in my own hand. A little somersault, then I'll flip, and then I'll throw a touchdown pass.
And a guy really, very few people were talking about leading up to this game. It was all about Jeff Sims and Jameer Gibbs and some of the returning guys on offense. But the star of their first half has been the backup quarterback coming in for Jeff Sims, and Yates with a huge spark. So actual time, that entire drive, including the injury, took 26 minutes into the end zone. And Northern Illinois content to take a knee here. Georgia Tech will have the ball to start the second half, and because of Yates, and some big plays, they carry a lot of momentum suddenly into the locker room.
Well, and it's the energy, and now the players are asking the crowd to get into it, and there's some life in this stadium when prior to that score and prior to Yates making that play.
Scoreboard, which made it 20-0, about to be 21-0 NIU.
And what a response by Georgia Tech and their offense behind Jordan Yates, really coming in and giving them a great spark and a ton of energy going into halftime.
So Yates will be the quarterback come the second half, which is now underway. Moments ago, Kelsey with Jeff Collins.
Coach, what was your message to the team at the half?
Yeah, we get the ball to start the second half. We need to put another really good drive together. Then when defense comes out, we need to get 3 and outs like we did to start the game. They were doing some unique 13 personnel stuff with a lot of shifts, a lot of movements. We got our guys under control. We just got to come out, start fast, and play together.
Will we see Jordan Yates or Jeff Sims?
You'll see Jordan Yates to begin it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
To begin it, he said. To begin it. Now that's intriguing. Rolling out, here's Yates on the first possession of the second half in the open field before he's taken down by Lance DeVoe. Man, was he a spark in that second quarter.
It was, I didn't see Jeff Sims come back out, and I certainly haven't seen him throwing. So he said to begin it, but I think that it was going to be the move to stay with him because I don't see Sims. That being said, if he was available, Dave, I have to tell you, I think I would keep Yates in the game.
Sure. Why would you mess with it? On the carry here by Gibbs. And he'll pick up 3 yards, just underway here in the second half. And a couple of the runs by Yates are going to be in the highlight film, no matter what that highlight film entails come the end of the season.
For the entire season. You do a flip and land on your feet, and then the next play, throw a touchdown. That's getting your team going.
3rd down 6. Wants to put it in the air and should have been caught. Malachi Carter hearing footsteps, I think, and incomplete.
Absolutely. It's just double slants. He's reading it inside out, and he goes out to Carter, and it's a perfect throw. You want to give your receiver 2 chances to catch the football when you throw a slant. One with his hands, and then if it splits his hands into his body, and that's exactly what Jordan Yates did there. Carter needs to come up with that one.
So Georgia Tech to punt for the first time in the game. Austin Kent was one big shoe to fill, taking over for the All-American and Ray Guy award-winning punter Presley Harvin III, was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. And a fair catch right at the 30-yard line by Cole Tucker. 39-yard punt. So now it's time for an answer from Rocky Lombardi, who we really believe is one of the great names in college football. The junior from Iowa. And he's one of the co-captains. And in the first half, he was in total control. They were a little concerned about reining in his emotions. It looked like those were all in check in the first half.
I thought he was pretty settled. Now, you look at the numbers, just threw for 42 yards, so it hasn't exactly been an air show, but they have run the football extremely well.
Whaley in the backfield with him. And a handoff for Whaley, who was a big show in the first quarter. When they got on the board not once but twice, he was the man carrying the football. Big stack up here. Charlie Thomas will get credit for the tackle. And by the way, Whaley now at 98 yards in this game, brings up 2nd down and 6.
You just get a sense there. He was still never tackled. I mean, they're pushing the pile there. I think that is kind of what Thomas Hammock wants to see from his football team.
Clint Ratkovich, who's one of the co-captains, takes the handoff. Takes a pretty good hit, too, at the 35-yard line. Sims is in a sling. Jeff Sims, the starting quarterback for Georgia Tech. So that answers that question.
Yeah, I think whether it was you're just saying, hey, listen, Yates is going to start it. Clearly, Sims, when we saw him walking in, did not look like he was a guy that was going to be able to come back.
3rd and 5 for Lombardi. Back to throw short. Ratkovich with the catch and takes a hit. He was stuck pretty good by Charlie Thomas, the middle linebacker.
This is a great play by Thomas. Really, Northern Illinois gets exactly what they want. but Thomas does a good job of reading it, running through traffic. You see him going over the top of Wesley Walker, who was following the receiver at the bottom of the screen. And then a good strong tackle, because we know Rakovic does a good job of running through contact.
Ray at the 25, ready for the punt. Ferentz gets that one high and drives him back. And he's going to drop the football. And it's going to be recovered. A flag down as well, but NIU all over that drop punt. And a flag down. That's back around the 34-yard line. It's a 51-yard kick. But a flag has been dropped just underway here in the third quarter. Another player down.
Illegal formation. Kicking team. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Jayshon Prophet is down at the 21-yard line for the Huskies. It's Rogers actually down at the 21-yard line.
And that is a devastating penalty, Dave. When you think about it, you just kicked, recovered a muffed punt return.
So 11:56 to go here in the third. 14-7, Northern Illinois leading Georgia Tech.
Hey, Captain. You guys need Flex Seal in Max to seal up large areas.
The issue is these guys aren't far enough up, so they get called for not being on the line of scrimmage, illegal formation. And so even though, you're able to recover the punt after it was fumbled, you're back to 4th down and punting the football again.
So doing it again, 11:56 to go in the quarter. Ferentz had really launched one previously. Fair catch here by Ray. And good field position. That one only 34 yards. So in the end, Georgia Tech catches the break. 11:48 to go.
I think a couple turn of events. The fumble that was the scoop and score that gets reviewed and overturned. And then an illegal formation, which would have given Northern Illinois, had they not done it, the football inside the 20-yard line. And then you get a bad punt.
Huskies had really played the cleaner brand of football in the first half. It's not starting that way here in the second half in Atlanta. So Jordan Yates, who led them in the first half to the end zone finally. McGowan in motion. And a handoff, and right back up the middle, it's Gibbs, and he is so tough between the tackles, he'll pick up 12 yards.
Yeah, and if I'm Georgia Tech, I'm trying to let my offensive linemen start coming off the ball, which they do here. It's just a little inside zone run. It's a nice cut by Gibbs. One cut north and south, and then finish the run.
And now they're going to try and move as quickly as they can. With McGowan again in motion. Gibbs again through the middle of the line. They can't bring him down. Across the 40, he's taking people with him. And a big gain of 18. And an exciting runner as well, Jameer Gibbs.
It's similar backfield action, but this time they're going to start pulling linemen to get out in front of him. So they're going to fake the fly sweep, and now all of a sudden you're pulling guys in front of you and doing a good job. Leonard leading the way, and then a good finish by Gibbs.
We asked the offensive coordinator for the Yellow Jackets earlier in the week, if 6 weeks out, how would you describe your team? The offense, he said, up-tempo and well-balanced. Gibbs spinning and picks up a few yards on another tough run taken down by C.J. Brown. He'll gain 3.
And they should have balance because they have an offensive line that they feel good about. Experienced guys that have transferred in, guys that are fifth-year seniors. They have a running back room that they love. And quite honestly, they have quarterbacks that are inexperienced. And so, people talk about the best friend of a quarterback. It certainly is the run game.
Mason now in. He'll take the handoff. Darting across the 30 and cutting back inside. The junior, a powerful back. He was third-team All-ACC as a sophomore. Had a huge game a couple of years ago against NC State. He rushed for 141 yards.
And I think because of the big different styles of these running backs, it makes him even harder to defend.
Mason taking to the outside, down the sideline. He is shoved out inside the 5-yard line. Jordan Gandy saving a touchdown, 24 yards for this rush.
Well, we're talking about, power running through contact. Lance DeVoe can't get a tackle on him, and then boom, finish the run down near the end zone.
Up tempo again. Yates with a handoff. It's Mason to the center this time. And a tackle made by Nick Ratton. And still trying to untangle everybody. Running clock coming up on 9.5 minutes to go in the third. Georgia Tech down 7 in their home opener, but rallying. A 6-play drive. They've all been on the ground. Starting quarterback Jeff Sims injured in the first half. His backup Jordan Yates has done a really, really fine job leading this offense. Now trying to find the end zone again. Under center. And a timeout. With 9:02 to go in the third. And let's take a look at our Geico player spotlight. 14-7 Northern Illinois. And it's Jordan Yates. So let's get to know him a little bit. As a freshman, a redshirt freshman in 2020, appearing in only 3 games. True freshman in 2019, 3 games. And comes from a famous football family. T.J. Yates of North Carolina, quarterback there from 07 to 2010.
Yeah, and T.J. Yates found himself in a playoff game a few years back against the with the Houston Texans, and I've been really impressed with Jordan Yates. 65 touchdown passes his last 2 years of high school. Milton, Georgia, and kind of that first recruiting class of Jeff Collins trying to get local talent, and he was part of it, and a bit of a high school legend here in Georgia.
Second down and goal. Mason alone setback. Takes the handoff, and they found it very quickly, didn't they? And the tackle made by Jordan Hansen, the free safety, with a big stop. That loses a yard. That's
a really big play by Jordan Hansen, because he's listed at 188 pounds, and he comes flying through the hole against a 220-pound running back that's been running people over. That's a really good job. Kind of seeing it and firing.
Third down and goal at the 3-yard line. Yates will put it in the air short and stopped at the 3-yard line of the 2.5. Standout play by Lance DeVoe.
And it's the same exact action as the previous play. You're kind of faking Nate McCollum on the jet sweep, but instead of the handoff, it's a little rollout. Yates had to put a little air under it because of the pressure, and Lance DeVoe doing a good job of staying disciplined and then making it a good open field tackle.
4th and goal. I don't think the fans like it so much. Some boo birds coming out here in Atlanta as Samaglia comes on. And they're going to take another timeout.
Timeout, Georgia Tech. Their second 30-second timeout.
Yeah, and I got to be honest here. You took a timeout on second down when you were in the formation that you ran a play on. So I wasn't crazy about that timeout. Now, maybe if you had the wrong personnel or wrong formation, I'd understand it. So you burn a timeout there. Then you have your field goal team out on the field. Here's some boos, and now all of a sudden it looks like you're maybe reconsidering. If you kick a field goal here, then this timeout was wasted, because you could have taken a delay of game if there was an issue with who you had out there, and it's not taking you out of field goal range. The ball's on the 2-yard line.
Well, they had issues with the play clock on the previous timeout because it had gotten down to 1 and forced them to take a timeout.
But listen, the offense is coming back out on the field now, and I don't know. I think if you're going to go for it in this situation, then know you're going to go for it, because you're down 7. You might need that timeout later.
Almost looks like you're reacting to the will of the crowd.
A little bit, Dave.
4th down, a little more than 2. 4th and goal. And Yates out of the shotgun. 7:54 to go in the third. Yates rolling right, trying to find the end zone, and caught it, and it's a touchdown. McGowan deep in the corner. And of course, in college football, you only need 1 foot in, so we'll take a look. But a 2-yard touchdown reception for Kyrick McGowan, a transfer from Northwestern.
I think the question here is he clearly catches it and his right foot drags, but the question is his left foot out of bounds when his right foot is dragging? And
the ruling on the field is a touchdown. The previous play is on the further review.
And if we can see it, like, when does he gain possession? And, he does a great job, McGowan does, of dragging that right toe, but I think that by the time he has possession, that left foot is already out of bounds.
He's got the toe over the line.
So let's see, like right when it touches his hands, I think by the time that he catches the football, so like the second it touches his hands, he's not possessing it. He's got to squeeze the football to possess it. And when he does that, that left foot is out of bounds. And so even with him dragging his right toe, and you see the reaction of the Northern Illinois players, they're looking at it on the big screen and they're going crazy right now because they're seeing it as if that toe is out of bounds. And remember, that heel touching first doesn't matter. It's the entire foot. So when that toe is out of bounds, that's the foot.
Well, that looks undeniable. And that means that touchdown is coming back. The play under review. By the way, heck of a throw, heck of a catch.
And really a cool play design. They're out wide, they shift in tight. You think maybe here comes a jet motion, maybe a quarterback run, and then they sprint out, give the quarterback an option. And you're right, trust your quarterback. He makes a really nice throw. And, I think that, if McGowan had it over again, I think he would try to relax that lower body a little bit more to make that catch. The left foot doesn't step out of bounds.
The slot receiver, Kyrick McGowan, brought in to make plays like that out of Northwestern, but this looks to us like it's coming back and will not be a touchdown. That foot got over the line and out of bounds before he made a catch.
Yeah, it's that left foot. The right foot, as you said, 1 foot in college, that right foot's dragging, but the left foot's already out. And
at the further review, we have an incomplete pass. It'll be first down, Northern Illinois.
There's a small contingent who have come from Illinois to support Northern Illinois, but they can make some noise. Back to that play.
Well, it's just a good job of Northern Illinois being ready, out of bounds, and when he saw it on the big screen, he knew what the official saw.
So no touchdown, 7:49 to go here in the third. It was a 9-play drive, 67 yards, and again, they do not score. So Northern Illinois takes over, 1st and 10. Lombardi back to hand off. Once again, it's Whaley. Whaley trying to get some extra room ahead. Harrison Whaley, their top returning rusher. He was the man in the first quarter. Trey Swilling eventually with the tackle. 2nd down, 7.
You heard Jeff Collins at halftime tell Kelsey, 13 personnel. That means 1 back, 3 tight ends, and they're just hammering the football out of that look. I would think at some point, Northern Illinois is going to give you that 13 personnel. Basically what we're looking at here, only this time it's got a fullback in the backfield. Some type of play action shot down the field.
And flags down and whistles. And just as the play developed, Northern Illinois, remember, did not win a game last year. They were 0-6. Coach Hammock's team couldn't even start playing until November because of the rules in the MAC and COVID-19.
Snap infraction. Offense. Half the distance to the goal. 2nd down.
Boy, he really threw down the gauntlet at halftime, didn't he, when Kelsey Riggs was talking to him, and Coach Hammock said, we'll see who the tougher team is in the second half.
Well, they feel like they had a really physical training camp, and so they were ready. They felt like, hey, we're going to be ready to tackle. We're going to be ready to block. And wait until these guys get a thigh to the face mask trying to tackle our backs.
2nd down 9 from the end zone. He's going to throw it out. A leaping catch, and that is going to be completed on the sideline. And that was Messiah Travis with the grab. Georgia Tech was waving it off. Take a look.
Well, it's an incredible catch. Go up and fight for the football, and you don't get it clean right away. And it's an excellent job of competing.
And another outstanding throw by Lombardi. Hasn't made a ton of them, but he's been on the money with a number of those, and they're going to run it out on a big gain here.
Yeah, and listen, I think he made the wrong choice here. Wesley Walker bites on the double move. If he chooses inside, Tyrese Ritchie maybe scores. But instead, Lombardi chose to go outside. Now it's a great catch outside, but you maybe had a touchdown had you chosen the inside double move.
Big first down here for the Huskies. 6 minutes to go in the third. Whaley again with a carry. He's gone over 100 yards in this contest. And he's having himself a night. Ely with the tackle. 122 yards and climbing by Harrison Whaley, the running back.
Yeah, and I tell you, the guys up front are doing an incredible job. Whaley is running hard. He's showing good patience and strength. But the guys up front are getting all kinds of movement.
And off for Rakovic. Trying to get outside. He is strung out. Quez Jackson with the stop, but they do pick up a first down. Rakovic probably has not been as involved in the offense as we thought he might, but he's had some big carries.
Yeah, he's had some big carries, and I think that, he's a change of pace, different back, and so I think changing the speeds of the back is, something that can give a defense trouble.
14-7, NIU with the lead here at Georgia Tech. Rakovic gets the handoff from his roommate, and they are co-captains. Quez Jackson tackles him as we approach the 5-minute mark and is staying on the ground here.
Yeah, and I would tell you with Rakovic, I feel like we've seen them run outside zone a few times with him, and there's just too much speed on the Georgia Tech defense for him to run outside zone. It works with Whaley. With Rakovic, I would go right at the Georgia Tech defense.
Harrison Whaley has had a major night. Big stamp on this one. He's not done either. He'll get another attempt. They're going to take him down as he broke across the 50-yard line. Zamari Walton with a high tackle, a 6-yard gain. Now Whaley has been running wide, left and right.
And I was just about to say, like, you see his speed there, the ability to kind of bounce it. It's not like they haven't called inside runs for him, but he's really showed great speed getting to the perimeter, just even on that run there, turning the corner.
Once again, they are turning to the freshman back from Iowa. Quarterback and the primary back, both from the great state of Iowa. Tried a bit of a delay, it looked like, but Georgia Tech saw that coming. Wesley Walker, he was the first man to react with the tackle.
And it's really good disguise by the Georgia Tech defense. Wesley Walker is kind of in and outing the slot receiver, and Lombardi, who's done a good job of getting his offense into the right run look, gets fooled by Walker. And you see the top of the screen, here comes Walker. He's unblocked and he's in the backfield. So Whaley's been outstanding. But you have a player like Wesley Walker flying off the edge, not going to break that tackle.
Ferentz the punt. Ray standing back at his 10-yard line. And overhand punt. And he's going to try and take it, and he is going to make a mistake. They're going to push him back and shove him out of bounds around the 5. Long way to go here for the Yellow Jackets, a 40-yard punt.
And then on the 4th down, able to defend it just well enough. C.J. Brown in for Devin Lafayette. And then think about this. They flipped the field, Dave. You
Georgia Tech with more plays, more yards, more first downs, but fewer points in this game. Mason to get the first carry on 1st and 10 as he goes straight on. Trying to get him a little bit of wiggle room here with under 3 minutes to go in the quarter. We'll see how much sting the Yellow Jackets have in them. They have gone to the backup quarterback, of course, since the second quarter. Jordan Yates, he takes the snap. He'll fire it. And a short pass and a flat complete. Malachi Carter caught it for a first down.
And I think that Georgia Tech can do some of this. Northern Illinois doesn't want to give up the big play. They're playing with soft corners, off coverage. And so make them defend the entire field. You know, they're not defending the flat. Throw a few hitches to have them start to come up, and then you can try to double move them. But go ahead and take these free access throws because you have a quarterback that's done a good job of making those throws tonight.
Coming up on 2 minutes in the quarter. Yates wants to get it in the air again. That'll be complete to Sanders.
Yates pass complete to number 12, Adonicus Sanders.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about, Dave. You just threw a hitch to the left, now throw a hitch to the right. If you're going to continue to get off coverage on first down, go ahead and take the 5-yard completion.
Brings up second down and 5. The Yellow Jackets trying to move the football from their own 5-yard line where they started this drive. Mason with another carry.
Mason carries the ball.
And gang tackled by the Huskies. He picks up 4 yards. And the clock continues to run in a tight one here in Atlanta.
And I'd look for another free access throw here. It's 3rd and 2. If you get off coverage, go ahead and throw that hitch like you did on the early downs.
3rd and 2. And keeping it on the ground, and Mason trying to get inside and pushed outside on a tough run there, but picking up a first down. So 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. And from the 30-yard line, closing seconds of the 3rd. And Gibbs back in there as one of the running backs. He's back to throw. Looking deep this time. A flag down. It's incomplete. Flag at the 50. Intended for Malachi Carter, but out of bounds.
Well, Malachi Carter's getting the coverage.
Holding, defense, number 20. 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
You know, a bit of a double move, almost like a shake route. You know, to the post and then to the corner, and you know, March just kind of runs into him, and that's something that I would work. I mean, Malachi Carter is fast. He's explosive. He's getting off coverage. He's getting nearly, 9-10 yards of cushion. Continue to just spit the ball out to him.
Bit of a low snap, flags again. Yates rolling to the sideline and threw it away. So just 13 seconds left in the quarter. A 14-7 lead here for NIU.
Offside, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
First down and 10. Rather, first down and 5 as you look at the penalties. NIU 9 for 63 yards. Handoff for Gibbs. And that hold closed up pretty quickly on him. He is going to be short of the first down and bring up second down and 1. So that's the end of the 3rd quarter. It will come down to the final quarter here in Atlanta. Northern Illinois 14-7. Use to hold a 14-7 lead over Georgia Tech. Great to have you with us. Tim Hasselbeck, Dave O'Brien, and Kelsey Riggs from Atlanta. And Gibbs will try to run to the right side. He's denied. Gibbs, before that carry, had rushed 13 times for 91 yards and averaging 7 yards per carry.
1 yard loss.
And that goes for a 1 yard loss. 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, huge 3rd down here. I would do something where I'm involving Jordan Yates in the run game. Some type of read, something here to pick up this 1st down. Big in this spot.
Yates trying to write a big come-from-behind story in the home opener. Gibbs trying to carry again, gets to the 50. And so that's going to be close to the 1st down marker. Devontae O'Malley with the tackle.
It's 4th down and 1.
And they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 1.
As quickly as they're going.
Gibbs again. He dives ahead. He'll pick it up on a 1st down. Let's get down to Kelsey.
Well, Dave and Tim, I've been really impressed by Jordan Yates and just his composure all throughout this offseason. Their head coach says he preaches calm brings calm and chaos brings chaos. We've seen it on the sidelines all night. These coaches have never been too high, never let the players get too low. Their offensive coordinator, Dave Patnote, after that touchdown was called back, he said, "We ran it, we're rolling, keep going, we're good."
1st and 10 in midfield for the Ramblin' Wreck at Georgia Tech. Yates flares it out, and a short pass complete, and caught by Harris. The 6'3" sophomore out of Noonan, Georgia, with the reception.
And look, those aren't exciting, but you're making Northern Illinois defend the entire field. The corners are playing with so much cushion. Go ahead and throw the hitch. Pick up 4 yards. You'd be thrilled if you had 4 yards on a 1st down run.
Hand off again. It'll be Mason with some tough yards to the right side of the line. He'll gain 3 the hard way. Stopped by DeVoe.
3-yard gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 3. Ball on the 40.
So Georgia Tech running the football. Early stages of the 4th quarter. Mason's in there again. Yates this time. Pressure on him as he was going down. He flung the football and he lost his helmet again. That's happened to him a couple of times. Incomplete.
I'm not sure that Jordan Yates is out of the pocket. He definitely retreated, but I'm not sure he gets kind of outside the pocket. Really didn't see a receiver in the area. You know, Dylan Thomas comes flying through, does a great job of timing his pressure. And Thomas Hammock has a point here.
Yeah, they are throwing it now.
It takes the ground down. Offense, number 13. Penalty is lost down at the spot of the foul. 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
That's a huge penalty. I was a little bit surprised they decided to throw the football. You see 15, Thomas come flying through there. Miscommunication. Mason can't get there, and clearly Yates not able to get outside the tackle box, and I'm not sure the ball gets to the line of scrimmage. There's not a receiver in the area, and they knew right away. I'm surprised they didn't run it there with the way they ran it, you know, on 3rd and 4th down and, you know, the previous sequence.
So Kent to get the punt in the air, and it goes through the end zone. It goes for 54 yards. It remains.
Rose lost her first title fight. Flat out lost. Right then and there, she made a decision to stop just fighting.
Northern Illinois trying to spring the upset on the road. And they have it 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. And flags will be dropped again here.
False start. Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
So the Huskies backing up, still at 1st down.
And really, this offense isn't built to have mistakes like that. We saw a hold earlier, jumping off sides, getting off schedule. Just doesn't work for these guys.
It's a 10th penalty tonight. Nothing critical yet. Whaley takes the handoff, working on a huge night. He's already over 120 yards rushing the football. Ely with the stop.
You just get a sense, though, that, you know, the first down penalty, now you find yourself 2nd and 14, and, you know, if you don't get a big chunk here, they're not built for 3rd and 10s. And most offenses aren't, but, you know, what we've seen from Rocky Lombardi is not necessarily drop back and push the ball down the field.
Well, if you missed it last night, heck of a game down in Blacksburg. Virginia Tech pulled it out and had to sustain a big run at the end by North Carolina. Whaley with another carry. And North Carolina, the number 10 team in the country, fell. Clemson's having all sorts of issues with Georgia tonight in that big matchup. They're down 10-0 at the end of the 3rd. And here Georgia Tech. They have been trailing all night long. Whaley a bit hobbled. He's going to step off. Third down and 11 with 11 minutes to go. Ratkovich again back there with him. And some tough yards on the left side of that line. And the stop by Zamari Walton, the cornerback.
Listen, they don't get the first down. Let's remember that run, though. You get a stop here, even if you don't get a stop. I think the thing moving forward now, while he's had a great night, get Lombardi more involved in the design run game. Quarterback power, stuff like that. You saw the power that he just ran with. I think that's just, it kind of gives you that extra number in the run game. I would do more of that next time they get the ball.
Matt Ferentz to punt again. Gets this one high. Ray a fair catch. And he backs up to the 22-yard line. That's a 50-yard punt. 10:07 left. Georgia Tech down 7 at home. Right now, North Carolina losing at Virginia Tech by 7, and Miami blown out by number 1 Alabama.
Yeah, it was kind of ugly so far, especially with that Clemson score.
Yates winding up to throw, throwing deep, looking for a receiver. That's going to be caught by Carter. And a giant gainer, exactly what the Yellow Jackets needed as they air it out.
It's exactly what they need, and it's exactly what Northern Illinois can't do. You know, Georgia Tech's had a hard time punching it in sustaining drives. Giving up the big play is the one thing you can't do. Keep everything in front of you if you're Northern Illinois.
53-yard pass play. And going pretty quick, too. And tied up, it's Gibbs as he is dropped, but here's the route.
You know, down at the bottom of your screen, you know, Carter's a guy that they feel like has great speed, can run by people, and it's exactly what he does. Jordan Gandy doesn't have a chance, and it's a really nice throw by Jordan Yates.
Sims, despite the bad wing, loving it on the sidelines. 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line. Little play action. Time to throw. Now on the move is Yates. Looking downfield. He's going to tuck it. And he fumbled it out of bounds. Yates has proven to be a very gutsy runner. Jordan Hansen came up to meet him. And that gained 4.
You know, he was trying to work Kyrick McGowan in the middle of the field, kind of like, so he's running here like this to the post, but he falls down. And right as Yates is ready to throw it to him, he slips and falls. He comes off of it and eventually tries to get it to him. And another tough finish to a run by Yates.
Well, big play on this drive. 53 yards to Malachi Carter. Gibbs back in at a running back. Yates, the backup quarterback, will hand off. Gibbs trying to down outside. Has a little bit of room, but that swallows up quickly. And they down him at the 15. He gains 5, so he's going to be 1 yard short of the first down. So it brings up 4th and 1 and a play of the game. And you would think they might use Dante Smith. Dante Smith is now in the game at the running back. We have not called his number. Not yet tonight. Yates will toss it to him. Smith on the outside. He threw for the touchdown. Just into the game, his first touch. So the Yellow Jackets have pulled to within one with 7:44 to go in the fourth.
The lack of success kicking field goals earlier in the game probably led to the decision to go for it, and it's a great play call by Dave Patnord. Basically a little fake jet sweep flip to get Smith on the edge.
And Cimaglia on for the extra point to tie the ball game, and he drills it. 5 plays, 77 yards, and a touchdown.
And a great response by the Georgia Tech offense, finishing it off on the 4th down conversion to Donovan Smith for the score.
Baby, just to let me down and mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call, baby.
Daydreaming.
Well, no. Don't need anyone on my tail. 7:44 left in this one, and a heck of a showdown coming up. We're tied 14-14 as the Yellow Jackets will kick off. And through the end zone for a touchback. It'll come on out to the 25. Since the reversed fumble, the game has really flipped, hasn't it? Because look at how badly the Yellow Jackets have outgained NIU.
Yeah, I mean, incredible. I mean, it just basically turned the game around. They flipped the field. A bunch of those yards came there, and that's a huge opportunity for this Northern Illinois offense. I said it last time, and I would, at some point, get to quarterback-designed runs. Georgia Tech's kind of rallied around your traditional run game. I think you need to get Lombardi involved in it.
Quarterback will take the snap, wants to throw. Has time, fires downfield, and tipped away, broken up by the Yellow Jackets. He wanted Travis, and he almost came up with an outstanding catch, but broken up. Trey Swilling there with the breakup of the play.
And it's a great play by Swilling. This ball could be thrown a little bit more to the middle of the field. You see Travis kind of has to slow down. That allows Swilling to recover. A lot of times as a quarterback, you got to throw it out in front, let the guy go run underneath it.
Swilling, a big name here at Georgia Tech for many, many years. His brother Bruce, a running back on the ball club. He'll stay on the ground and try and keep him up. And a fumble, the ball is loose. It is loose. And the Yellow Jackets say they have it. They get the football back. Georgia Tech forces the fumble.
And just a great job of raking at the ball. Got him in the pile. The back is wrapped up, but when you get into that situation.
Whaley with the fumble. Walker with the strip. Look at that strength.
You see Wesley Walker pulls at it once, pulls at it twice. He doesn't get it. Just keeps working at that football and eventually gets it out. That's a heck of a play by Wesley Walker.
So they'll start this drive after the turnover at the 25-yard line of NIU. And the Yellow Jackets suddenly surging. And now with their backup, Jordan Yates, at the controls, they're trying to punch it in again here in the fourth quarter. Georgia Tech has not led in this football game. Mason, a running back. The handoff through the center he goes, darts around one man, gets all the way down to close to the 10-yard line, a 15-yard run.
Yeah, and at this point, if you're Northern Illinois, the way they're running the football, I think you need to start to take some chances. You've been bend, don't break. But now with the way they're coming off the football and Mason's running, I think you need to get other players involved to stop him.
1st and 10. Mason again, left side, this time still on his feet, still churning, gets inside the 5 on a determined run.
You just get the sense, Dave, don't you, that the energy in the building, that the offense starting to feed off it. The way the offensive line is coming off the ball, and then the way Mason is finishing runs. Like that turnover energized the crowd and has energized this offense.
Well, Mason looks like a man hungry for the football. Another give. No, the quarterback keeps it. He dives in for the touchdown. Jordan Yates with the score to put the Yellow Jackets in the lead for the first time. A 4-yard touchdown scamper on the keep.
Jeff Sims happy about it. How about just the response we showed since that fumble? Well, then we get another fumble, and here comes Georgia Tech.
And they cash in with 6:32 to go in this contest. And the Yellow Jackets are now in control, 21-14. A huge fumble.
Wesley Walker gets it started, rips the football out, gives Georgia Tech offense a chance. And then it's Jordan Yates with an extra job punching.
He's sitting in goal right now.
Potentially on the cusp of superstardom.
One of the all-time greats.
Adam Thielen, what a grab.
And now they're quiet, and the rest of Bobby Dodd Stadium has gotten excited behind the rebound and response by Georgia Tech.
But 6.5 minutes to go. Now we'll see what kind of response the Huskies have on the gridiron. On a fair catch. Well, we'll bring out the Huskies now, and Lombardi. Here's what they've done on the last 4 drives, with Lombardi trying to get them going, but punt, and a fumble.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to get anything going. Certainly haven't been able to get many big plays, and that's why I think the traditional run game, you know, there's been a response to it by Georgia Tech, and so I think getting Lombardi involved more in the run game will help. Also got to find some ways to make some plays on the perimeter, but 6.5 minutes, Dave, as you mentioned, they don't have to change the way they play their offense with that much time.
Harrison Whaley has been tremendous for them. He's rushed for over 130 yards. Ratkovich will get the carry on the 1st and 10. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 7. Northern Illinois did not win a game last year, going 0-6. They were the 2nd youngest program in the FBS last year. They still have a ton of freshmen, 87 who are classified as freshmen, but the quarterback is a veteran guy, a transfer from Michigan State.
Yeah, and you would think because of his experience being in some big spots that this wouldn't be an environment that's too big for him. But a lot of confusion right now, and he'll be forced to use a timeout.
With 5:46 to go, they take that timeout. And that gives Georgia Tech an opportunity to get their fans revved up again. Boy, they've scored a bunch of points in a very short window to rally and take the lead 21-14.
And it has completely changed, you know, the environment in the game. And basically this is the turning point. Backed up, looks like a fumble by Mason. Ball's picked up, run in for a score. And they review it. Instead, Jordan Yates makes a couple runs, then a great throw, and the next thing you know, a 4th down conversion that goes in for a score. Get your own turnover, and then Jordan Yates punching it in. And how about Jordan Yates in an environment where every quarterback transfers when he's not the guy? Being a local guy going into his 3rd year, all eyes on Jeff Sims. He's going to be the guy. Doesn't go anywhere. Jeff Sims ends up in a sling in the season opener, and Jordan Yates comes in and saves the day.
Well, it looks like the job was his all along. Pressure on him, and they're going to take him down deep in the backfield. Whaley, no place to go as he got buried. And it was Wesley Walker who has been the man on defense here in the 2nd half.
Listen, it's basically number 13 on both sides of the ball, because here's Wesley Walker, had to fumble, you know, caused the fumble earlier and does a great job of staying home on the reverse. And what an excellent night that Walker has had so far.
Freshman out of Nashville, Tennessee, with a night he will remember. 3rd down, 17. Lombardi has to roll out of there. Looking downfield and throws short. Lombardi with the pass complete. He got it off to Redkovich, but that clock is still running.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about him being in bounds. Still was fighting forward as he got out of bounds. That's a fairly significant
Did he get out?
play. No, it looks like he's inbound, so it's the right call. And the relatively big deal here is time is going to be an issue. They burned a timeout, Northern Illinois did, and so Georgia Tech's going to get the football back with just over 4 minutes left.
Ferentz with the punt. Ray gets stuck and is nowhere to hide. Kevin Harris met him first. 42-yard punt. So we have 4 minutes to go, and Georgia Tech on top of Northern Illinois by 7. Always such a treat to be there. They might be a little ornery when we do get there if that score continues. And on a run, it'll be Gibbs, strung out a bit to the right side of the line. And down he goes, dropped by Dylan Thomas. Under 4 minutes to play here at Bobby Dodd. 2nd down, 10 coming up for Georgia Tech.
Still 2 timeouts for Northern Illinois. And if you are Georgia Tech here, you got to make sure you are not snapping the football with anything more than 3 seconds left on that play clock.
Taking their time, winding it down. Clock down to 10. Gibbs along with Yates in the backfield with Sanders in motion. Gibbs again. As he will dive across the 35-yard line. He'll pick up 2. Nick Ratine with the stop. And you mentioned Northern Illinois with a couple of timeouts remaining. They'll take one right here with 3 minutes 19 seconds to go. Jeff Sims there wearing the sling, the starting quarterback for Georgia Tech. It looked pretty hopeless when he left the game, but the man who stepped in and put on the Superman cape is the freshman from Alpharetta, Georgia, Jordan Yates, who's made some big plays and has scored a touchdown.
And he's been huge. You know, Sims was really struggling passing the football. Yates came in, made a couple plays with his arms, but it was really kind of the gutty way that he carried the football with, you know, an effort to dive for first downs on 3rd and longs, and then has made enough throws for sure. So I think the team has rallied around him. It's been impressive to see. Think about it, down 14-0. 21 unanswered with Jordan Yates as the quarterback.
Jameer Gibbs has been a star on the ground for the Ramblin' Wreck with 100 yards on 20 carries. And many of those really tough yards when they needed him the most. And Gibbs back there again. Carter on the move. Malachi Carter caught a huge 53-yarder. They'll dump it to him. Trying for the sideline, pushed out of bounds. Of course, you want to stay in, run that clock.
And that is a huge play. I would have been okay just handing the football off, forcing Northern Illinois to burn their last time out. Your defense has played great. Play call's fine, going to the wide side of your field, but Malachi Carter's just got to know that if he's just got to get down. If he's not going to get the first down, he's just got to go down.
Yeah, gained only 2. 4th and 6 to punt it. Cole Tucker back at the 20-yard line for the Huskies. They still have plenty of time. 2:50 left.
Yeah, David!
And it's a booming punt. And right into the end zone.
Here's the thing, the clock didn't stop. The clock continued to run.
It did.
Now there's 2:42. I'm not sure why that happened.
It's a 63-yard kick, by the way.
But the time is critical.
Yes, I mean, very precious seconds.
What are we
there.
talking about? We're probably talking about nearly 30 seconds of game time. that ran off the clock.
The officials were getting together there with 2:42 showing and not going to change anything. 2:42, and they're sticking with that. Northern Illinois back with the football. Lombardi stepping up. He throws. He's got a wide receiver. That'll be caught by Ritchie. Ritchie trying to get ahead to the 40-yard line. Giant gain for 38 yards.
And you've got all kinds of time if you're Northern Illinois now. 2:32 after that big chunk play, but that's an excellent throw by Lombardi because Ritchie really is not that open. The throw kind of brings him open. And what a drive starter.
First down 10, play action. He fires again and incomplete into the flat there. Intended for Ritchie again, but he was nowhere near it. So the reason the clock continued to run is under 2 minutes. When it goes out of bounds, the clock will stop. But if it's over 2 minutes, once they reset the ball, they restart the clock. Flared out to the sideline, and that's going to be incomplete. He was out of bounds. It was caught by Travis, but out of bounds.
And this is a great read by Lombardi. As you see, I think it was Swilling who was trying to trap the inside route. And if that ball just gets there and there's a little bit more awareness by Travis, not only does he catch it in bounds, there's room to run afterwards.
2:10 to go. Third down 10. And Lombardi needs to make another play. Looking to throw short over the middle. That one caught by Joyner. Joyner up ahead to the 25. That goes for 16 yards and a first down.
That's a really cool play design. Such soft coverage on 3rd and long. Leak the tight end out.
Well,
nice
man
easy
down.
throw.
Man down. Tariq Carpenter. He's down around the 15-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. And the Huskies wanting to go fast again, Tim. Wanting to churn it.
And they should, you know, because, you know, you got guys cramping up, season opener. I know it's not that hot here at nighttime, but I feel like their tempo has been something that was a bit of a problem for this Georgia Tech defense.
As mentioned, Carpenter, the man on his back, the 6'4" senior for the Yellow Jackets. He's a strong safety. We'll look back at that play.
You know, it's a 3rd and 10 play, and really what they do is a little bit of a block and then just kind of an angle route inside there, just a little kind of leak out. Chip on your way out. Defense softens. You know, now a 2-yard throw to Joyner on a 3rd and 10 ends up being a huge conversion. Really good timing on the play call.
Yeah, it goes for 16 big yards. So Lombardi and Joyner hooking up, needing to make a play, and did. Joyner's a fast tight end too. He runs a 4.7, so he can get downfield.
You know, Eric Eidsness, I've talked about him almost like Dallas Goedert, the former Philadelphia Eagle tight end, and you know, guy's a good pass catcher.
1st and 10, just over 2 minutes left here in Atlanta. Now it's the Huskies trying to rally. It's Whaley breaking through the center of the line, and he gets down to the 15. He picks up a first down. And Ace Ely with the stop finally. And they're wasting no time again. Whaley once again darting in. Getting all the big carries. He's had a big night. He has rushed for 145 yards and a touchdown.
And I think down in this situation, you got to look for your playmakers. It's Tyrese Ritchie, it's Lombardi, it's Whaley. You know,
Rogers coming back on, by the way, who's an injured player. He's back onto the sideline. 2nd and 8. Lombardi looking, running now. Looking, running. Out of bounds. Got down around the 10. And knocked out by Jackson. He picks up 3.
It's a good decision by Lombardi. You know, obviously 2-down territory here in this situation, and so you got 2 tries for 5 yards, and the same thing goes. Run game still on the table with this much time on the clock. In fact, quarterback draw might walk in the end zone.
Lombardi going to throw it. Completed pass inside the 5-yard line. They stack up the receiver, Ritchie. But going to pick up that 1st down. And a huge one here for the Huskies. Down to the 3-yard line of Georgia Tech with under 1 minute to play.
Yeah, and just inside a minute, still with your timeout left. Again, run game still on the table here, and we'll say you would like them to hustle a bit.
1st and goal. 41 seconds. He's going to throw it for the end zone. In for a touchdown. Ratkovich. He makes the catch. Roommate to roommate with 38 seconds to go. And the Huskies on the board again. (21-20), and what do you do here? Do you go for the win? Do you go for 2?
You know what? You barely were allowed to play football last year. Why not?
They're going for the 2-point conversion.
I love it.
The Huskies are going for it. Georgia Tech by 1. Northern Illinois playing for the win. Lombardi rolling again. Throws in the end zone. He caught it. He caught it. Ritchie again. And Northern Illinois has taken a lead 22-21. That is gutsy. They are going to review it to see if he had possession of it. Tyrese Ritchie, the #1 wide receiving target. What a call by Hammett. Did he catch it?
You know, the ball moves as he's coming up. It's in his hands. Is that left hand underneath the ball?
Man. Is that a completion or is that incomplete? Georgia Tech and the fans are saying it's incomplete. That's what the fans are screaming from the sideline. Take another look.
I tell you what.
What a review this is going to be.
It looks like he catches it. That left hand still seems like it's under the football. Now, see right there, that re-grip makes you feel like the football is still moving. And so at that point, if it hits the ground, the nose of that football is hitting the ground. And then he's got to re-grip it there. Man, I don't know.
Yeah, of course, if it hits the ground, it is incomplete.
The question is, Dave, like, is it enough because it was called a catch? I think this re-grip, you know, we slow it down in such slow motion. You have the ability to see that it's going to move a little bit. And Ritchie certainly got up, acting as if he caught it.
Barely hanging on to one end of the football as he goes down. You see that left hand under the ball, but does it touch the ground?
It's just hard to see if that ball touches the ground. I mean, the ball definitely moves as it comes up, but does the nose of that football hit the ground, or is his hand underneath enough of the meat of the football?
And is there enough evidence to overturn that? They're still looking at it.
I just think if it's got to be like indisputable evidence to turn it over, I think it has to stay.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands.
Holy cow. Thomas Hammock and the Huskies have the lead. A 2-point conversion, 22-21, Northern Illinois. What a call.
Think about this. Thomas Hammock, his team doesn't know when they're going to play football last year. They lose all 6 games that they play. Put a drive together, go for 2 in the win. Good for you to have the guts to make that call. And how about Rocky Lombardi? It's a chance to continue to compete, play in this game, come to a new team. Wow.
You know who loves Rocky Lombardi? His head coach does.
How about
These
the
fans
trust?
have been devastated, yeah.
How about the trust of your quarterback that you've known for less than a year?
Right. They recently went golfing together. Rocky hadn't been playing golf that long, and Rocky went out and shot a 71.
Maybe give you the confidence to go for it in that situation.
So apparently nothing he can't do. Still 38 seconds on that clock. And a roll to kick. Georgia Tech with an opportunity. It's Gibbs taking it, trying to get outside. They're going to push him back. So 31 seconds to play. That's all the time the Yellow Jackets have in their home opener to come back. 1 timeout remaining. That was some gutsy call. You made a great point, Tim, about they had to wait until November to even play last year. They were 0-6. It was a devastating season. That had to be part of the decision of the head coach.
I think if that happens, you don't play for ties, right? I mean,
sure.
And clearly there would be, overtime, but why bother with the way your offense was just moving the ball?
Lombardi to Ritchie for the 2-point conversion. A chance here for Yates as he fires. It's nearly intercepted, intended for McGowan. There's a flag down in the backfield. A couple of them with 27 seconds to go.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 1. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That adds to the intrigue on a personal foul with 27 seconds to go.
Yeah, I mean, most successful 2-minute drives are aided by a quarterback run or a big defensive penalty. Well, you just got your big defensive penalty right there. It's a drive starter, and with a timeout left.
Yeah. Moves it up to the 40. 1st and 10 for Yates. Got to show off some arm strength there. Stepping up. He's throwing down the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. He wanted Sanders. We have 21 seconds to go. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and I would be careful if you're Jordan Yates here, that feeling like you've got to work the sidelines. You don't. You get a first down in college football, the clock will stop until that, the chains get moved up, and so you can work the middle of the field, especially when you consider you also still have that timeout.
Of course, Georgia Tech had to call a couple of timeouts earlier. They're going to regret at least one of those. Maybe. Let's see. Yates back to throw. Looking downfield. Flings it. It's going to be caught by Gibbs. And Gibbs trying to get to that marker.
Now you got to use it.
Stops the clock with 9 seconds to go. And timeout. They take their last one.
Well, listen, and Dave, it just goes back to the point you were making. That earlier drive when they decided to go for it on 4th down, when they weren't ready to do it, had to burn a timeout there. They burned 2 timeouts in a matter of 3 plays down near the goal line. And so now, instead of having that timeout, being able to work the middle of the field, now you're forced to because of that decision by Gibbs. Now you're out of timeouts.
Yeah, trying to get to field goal range for the new kicker, Brent Cimaglia, who's had a tough night. He's missed 2. The transfer from Tennessee Head coach Jeff Collins said he's going to be one of the best kickers in America, but he's had an 0 for night so far.
Yeah, and you just wonder where you have to get with him now. I mean, clearly they're comfortable with him kicking a 51-yard field goal, but what's the range? Is it 55 yards, and then is it changed because of how tonight has gone? Do you need to get him closer to 40 yards to feel comfortable with it?
He's missed from 43 and 51 tonight. 3rd down 1, 10 seconds to play. Yates steps up, getting chased, gets it away, and got the pass complete. He got it to McGowan. And so 1 second left on the clock. And getting out the field goal unit with 1 second to play. And Northern Illinois clinging to a 1-point lead. And they're going to bring on another kicker. It's Gavin Stewart. He's a freshman. This is from 60 yards. And Stewart has it blocked. It's blocked, and that is the game. And what a finish here tonight in Atlanta. Northern Illinois comes to Atlanta and springs the upset 22-21. A 2-point conversion wins it.
A 2-point conversion, a blocked field goal attempt,